Should Kawhi Leonard retire? That's kind of a weird question to ask, but we can get into it. But I guess, based off his injuries and everything that you've seen, and shouts out to the Los Angeles Clippers, man. Um, they gave probably the best performance you've ever seen from a team when clearly they weren't the agenda. They fought back tooth and nail. And once Kawhi was hurt, the league had no more use for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it was sad that we was, deprived of what could have been in this series. For the first, I believe, was it 2 games before he got hurt? After that monster performance, it's always after a monster performance from Kawhi Leonard, who's given everything he got, do we see something like this happen with him and his knees and his condition. And it's just a tragic situation to keep going through, and it's sad, but it really pisses me off to see people like Stephen A. Smith come out and take such an aggressive approach as if a person is deliberately taking games off, like he don't want to compete or want to be out there. I think it's really insensitive. It's really just a poor, just just poor altogether. And when you have a person that's so divisive that they don't even have any empathy for a person in pain with a legitimate injury and speak so negatively, just goes to show you how low we've allowed ourselves to stoop as people. Now, for me, it was a changing of the guard when you start seeing all of the details and things that were put in place when everything came full circle. You started to see a change. You started to see a dynamic shift. Well, for me, you know, things start to look a little different in light when you start seeing other people and the way they portray themselves and how they decide or decipher how they're going to carry themselves. So, it's always a wave of emotions when you deal with these type of innuendos. But I'll tell you like this: Kawhi Leonard does not fit that narrative any way, shape, or form. Uh-uh. He oblivious to all of this nonsense. Uh, the world is a very fickle place, man, and when you started to see a lot of changes and a lot of situations that are, when it comes full circle to the forefront, you gotta see the narrative, be the narrative, respect the narrative. It's like I said, it's just a little bit much when it doesn't have to be. and we tear these players down, meaning that the people that are involved, like in general, they tear the players down more than anything, and just look at them as objects and like they should be able to take it. But do I believe Kawhi Leonard should retire? It's not my decision on what I believe he should do. Does the Clippers need, you know, or Kawhi Leonard believe that his time has come in the league? Every time you get hurt, there's a mental challenge you have to go through because we're going to focus on other things and we're not going to think about Kawhi Leonard. We're not going to think about his family. We're not going to think about his kids. We're not going to think about the people that got to see him every day. We're not going to think about the rehab sessions. We're not going to think about all the times he's got to go through that rehab or get up in the morning and struggle. We're not going to think about any of that. We're going to be focused on whatever's going on in our lives and then complain why he's not back on the court by said date. The doctor said he should be ready to go by now. That's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard and his family has to go through getting him and keeping his spirits up. We saw Brandon Roy, great player, outstanding player. And as great as he was, he had to step down and retire. All because of what? What was the reason, good people? He had to step down due to the fact all of these people that were supposedly on his side were completely against him. And his mental psyche was, this is as far as he can go. He couldn't do it no more. He's like, I just can't deal with this no more. And he checked himself out and said, I retired. And he came back after retirement, after taking 2 years off. So he can get away from the media questions. And then on television, got to have a microphone in his face explaining why this keep happening, why he's not on the court. He just gave himself time to heal by retiring. So a lot of these things were met on or what they say, a gradient on a curve. This is what graded on the curve looked like. Well, I'm not going to make this video long. I promise that. I just wanted to make sure that people understood that the dynamics of asking an NBA player or saying what should he do with his health and all that. We don't know what he's feeling. We don't even know his injury. We don't know if it's bad as before. We just know it might have been aggravated enough where he couldn't perform. That's what we definitely know. If Kawhi could have performed, he would have been out there. But we don't know if he'll be ready for the start of next season. We don't know any of this stuff yet. And already we're asking the question, should he even play or retire? It's not our decision. It's Kawhi Leonard's decision. It's the Los Angeles Clippers' decision. It's the NBA's decision. But it's a personal decision by him. His game doesn't indicate he should retire if we don't go that route. his game indicates the man can still play at a very high level. So that doesn't detain or dictate that he should be out and he should not ever play again. It's not like LeBron, like he got a drop off in his game. So we'll find out more, or may not. If he, whatever decision he makes, it will be his and his alone. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bust Life. Shouts out to Ticket TV, Heirs to the Street 2.0, and Ticket TV. I already said that. Seahawks, Jose Rodriguez. Welcome to HD with the Two Eyes TV. And I'm out.